For this question, you are asked to find the proportion of thermometers outside of the temperature reading of negative 1.418 to positive 1.423. And you're told you're on a standard normal curve. In other words, the mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 1. So what's outside of that interval is the stuff in the tails. And to figure out what is in those tails, we're going to use the normal CDF on your calculator. So it's the normal CDF, and you find that on your calculator by going to second vars. So if you look at the vars key, which is the third row down and the fourth key over, on top of it in blue you see DISTR, distribution is what that stands for. And that's where you'll find the normal CDF and the inverse normal, which is what you use most often when you're doing these normal curves. And the inputs are lower bound. In other words, what's furthest to the left, and then upper bound, what's furthest to the right. And then since it's a standard normal, you actually don't have to put in mean or standard deviation. If it weren't a standard normal, if you had a different mean and standard deviation, those would be your third and fourth inputs. So here we're going to do a normal CDF where we have negative E99, and I'll talk about that in just a second, and negative 1.418. Okay, so that negative E99, the EE key is just above the comma, which is just above the 7. So the key just above the 7 is a comma. The second function of it is EE. And that's what we use. It comes up as E in the display, but it's EE as a key. So if I say E99, it's basically infinity. Negative E99 is basically negative infinity. So the way you would do that is second and then that comma key to get the E and then 99. So when you put all this in your calculator, you get 0.07809, so 0.0781. And you'll do a similar thing over here, except here you have a left bound of 1.423 and a right bound of infinity. So over here we'll do our normal CDF. Let's see if I can fit this in. Haha. Well, that says normal CDF. And then we're going to do 1.423 and we'll do positive E99. We just won't put in that negative. And when we do that, what we get is 0.0774. And then we'll just add these two numbers up. So if I take this and I add 0.0774, I'll get 5, 15, carry 1, 15, carry 1.1555.